Emily Dickinson's If I Should Die analysis. The work under consideration is the poem by Emily Dickinson titled If I Should Die. This work was composed in the middle of the 19th century, and the main features it presents are as follows. The persona of the poem is the narrator, who can be the author herself or some other imaginable human being who thinks aloud about what it would be like if she or he had to die. The voice of the narrator seems calm and expresses readiness to follow destiny if necessary. Thus, it can be stated that the persona of the poem is a confident and peaceful person who is aware of the fact that other people will live and the world will still exist after his or her death. 'Tis sweet to know that stalks will stand when we with daisies lie, that commerce will continue, and trades as briskly fly. The use of figurative language in the poem is another typical feature of the works by Emily Dickinson. Her metaphors, metonymies, epithets, and comparisons add to the picturesqueness of the poem and brighten the sad relations of death and immortality of human beings. Speaking about nature, the author compares it to the abstract notions of time and life, creating her metaphors like this. And time should gurgle on, and morn should beam. From these lines, also the peaceful character of the poem can be observed, which tells all its readers that they should not fear the inevitable, but rather be ready for fate, because noon should burn even after the death of the poem's hero. As for the meaning of the poem under consideration, it can be stated that the author wanted to show the peace that she had obtained in her attitude toward death and immortality. The inevitability of the former and the unnecessary character of the latter are the central points of this poem. The author also describes the process of parting, which is rather painful when a person has a lot of people crying over him or her. This makes the person who is to go feel sad, but if he or she knows that their close people will keep living and remembering them, they can go to that enterprise below. Thus, the main meaning of the poem under consideration is the person's readiness to go to a better world and feel no pain about it. Finally, the poetic form of the work under analysis is rather clear, which is also typical of the writings of Emily Dickinson. Her wish to render the full range of emotions with the help of beautiful wording results in a marvelous combination of rhymes and images in her poems. As for the formal structure of the poem, every third line of it rhymes, while the preceding two can either rhyme or not. If I should die, and you should live, and time should gurgle on, and morn should beam, and noon should burn, as it has usually done. The second verse brings the rhyming of the second lines, and the following two verses keep to that pattern as well. It makes the parting tranquil, and keeps the soul serene. That gentleman was so sprightly. Conduct a pleasing scene,